Hello everybody and welcome back. Today I wanted to film a nice springtime no makeup look with very few steps. I believe I have under 10 products today, so before we get into it, I would love for you to subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get started. My background is looking, and that's because I have a painter in my house this week, so I had to take down most things from the walls. So this is just temporary, but I am thinking of switching up the artwork I have back there. I'm getting a little tired of looking at it. So the first product I'm going to be going in with is the new Kosas SPF. It's the Dreambeam Comfy Smooth Sunscreen, and it says on the back here that you can wear it alone or as the perfect base for makeup, which I wanted to see today. I'm just going to get a feel for the texture. It has a nice little tint to it, so it's not going to leave a white cast. I'm actually filming this at night. It's almost 10 p.m. So I'm just solely looking at this texture. I'm filming at night because I have been dodging all the workers and it's hard to film around all the noise and such. I don't typically like filming at night. Okay, this is very, very dewy. It's a very interesting texture. It feels very slippy, but when I rub my fingers together, it feels dry. That is gorgeous. It's making my skin look so nice. It kind of subtly evened out my skin tone too. I'm just a little concerned how this will work with my oilier skin type, but that's exactly why I wanted to try out this texture. So this is the only new thing I'm going to be going in with today. Everything else are previous loves. I actually did this look on myself a few hours ago and I knew I wanted to film it. So the first makeup product I'm going to be going in with is the Rare Beauty Under Eye Brightener in the shade Light Medium. And I'm going to apply it in my inner corner and the outer corner. And I always like to brighten up in there as well. And I'm going to blend that out with my dampened beauty blender. And I'm not planning on using any skin tints or foundations. I'm just going to be using this, which is the perfect amount of coverage. So it's going to have that translucency, but it's still going to brighten and correct a little bit, but it's not going to look super mask-like under my eyes, nor will I have that obvious line of demarcation. And I'm actually going to put a little bit of this around my nose where I have some redness and kind of anywhere I want to brighten. I'm just noticing that that sunscreen has a little bit of a shimmer in it, and I think it's really pretty. It's like what I wanted the Glow IV to be like. It's super, super fine, and it just makes my skin look really glassy and nice. So now for powder, I'm going to be using my e.l.f. Prime and Stay powder, which has really taken the back seat as of late. I've solely been using my Huda Beauty powders, so I needed to revisit this. And I'm applying the powder with this BK Beauty A506 brush. For my bronzer, the perfect no makeup bronzer for me is the Soft Radiance bronzing powder from Glowish. This is the shade 02 Medium. Why can't I find my giant brush? It's like so ginormous, so why is it not sticking out at me? It's not working. It's because it's in the wrong spot, but this is the Jones Road bronzer brush. It's huge and very, very fluffy. I often use my Moda blending fan brush, which has a similar shape, this kind of fluffy fan, but this one's a lot looser and a lot less densely packed, which is really nice for no makeup looks. It's going to scatter the product a lot better instead of getting that really precise definition. So starting with my forehead, just so I can gauge how much I picked up on the brush. And this is the perfect bronzer for this because it's very sheer, but you can see it still adds definition and it has a really nice subtle pearl in there. So it's going to look very creamy and natural, just like skin. And I'm hitting the normal bronzing spots. I'm just being a little bit more generous in like my wrist twirls. So it hits kind of a wider area. And the ultimate goal with this is that you can't see where it begins or ends. You want it to all be super seamless, and it's very easy to achieve that look with this bronzer. Now for blush, my forever favorite part. I'm going to be going in with one of the newer Merit colors. I know these have been out for a little bit. I should just swatch them for you guys. But my two favorite shades out of the extension are Fox and Stockholm. So there they are, Fox and Stockholm. I'll swatch the rest as well. This is the shade Après and Persimmon. So these are all of the newer shades that they launched. Really, really pretty. And I'll also show you what Terracotta and Beverly Hills looks like next to all of these newer colors. So there's Beverly Hills and Terracotta. Today I'm going to be going in with Fox because it's a similar color to what I naturally bronze to and blush to. Kind of has those sunburny kind of vibes, but it still makes your skin look really nice and fresh. And I'm just going to blend this out with this Fenty Beauty brush. It's the 125 face. And when I do no makeup looks, I like to apply the blush kind of closer to my under eye right here, because whenever I get a little bit sunburned or sun-kissed, I always get hit the most right here. But I still want it to have a lifting effect, so I drag whatever is left on my brush over to my cheekbone over here. Just for some more spring vibes, I want to add a little bit of this pink Stockholm, just a little bit. Perfection. Now that I'm done with the face products, I'm going to take some of my powder once again, and I'm going to press that in the areas I tend to get really oily, and I kind of want to see what the sunscreen looks like set. It's been so long since I've used this powder and it is stunning. I forgot how blurring and mattifying it is, but it's ultimately very, very comfortable. It's nice. It's gonna be on rotation again. I think the problem here is that I broke the cap off again, so I think that's why I've been neglecting it. I've also been heavily neglecting my Pat McGrath powder, hey? Squishy. So before I move on to my brows and my eyes, I'm actually going to fast forward to lips for a second. I'm going to be taking the Rare Beauty lip oil in the shade Honesty. I've also been trying this out with the e.l.f. glossy lip stains, but you can use any lip stain you have on hand that's a little bit more of a natural color. And I'm going to use this a little differently. I'm actually going to just take advantage of its staining qualities, and I'm going to contour my lips, then wipe it off, and then I'm just going to be left with this natural looking stain. So I'm taking the point of the Rare Beauty lip oil and I'm going to apply it just like a lip liner. The one thing though is you're really going to want to make sure the inside line is blended so you don't have a harsh line, because that will make it look unnatural. And then I'm also going to paint in the corners of my mouth just to kind of contour them. What I like to do with my lip liner is go outside of my lip line in the center, so like so. And then I like to go inside my lip line just so I increase the volume on the inside and not the outside. I think that is the most flattering for my lip shape, and it makes them look more pouty. Because if I go on the outside, it makes me feel like a Simpsons character or something. Same with my lower lip. I go underneath to create more of a dramatic shadow. Now I'm just going to leave that and I'll move on to my brows, which I'm just going to be filling them in quickly with the Glossier Boy Brow in the shade Auburn. I'm just going to take a little amount through the front of my brow, and then I'll flip it so that I can pack it onto my skin underneath of my brow, just so that it gives a fuller appearance. Then I'm going to brush it through. So now for my eyes, I'm going to curl the living hell out of my lashes. I like to start near the base, and I kind of angle my lash curler. So I angle those lashes up, and I like to pump them. I like to pump it up. See, already such a drastic difference. But then I'll move forward, hitting the middle of my lashes, and same thing, pump it up. And I'll do that throughout my entire lash. Okay, I really gave it to them. So there we go. They're definitely going to calm down. They're super, super curled. But now I'm going to take my mascara and I'm going to be using my e.l.f. Lash N Roll in brown. This is actually a really good brown mascara. I'm not so much a fan of the black version of this. I find it to be very crumbly, but for some reason the brown one is a lot better. And I'm just going to gently coat the tips of my lashes. I don't really want to add that much volume. I'm just kind of wanting them to be tinted. I'm just going to add the subtlest amount of volume at the end of my lashes to draw my eyes outwards. And this is a great mascara for a fluffy effect. It doesn't really clump up your lashes that much, as you can see here. It just made them a little bit more defined, but it still looks kind of like my natural lashes, hey? And I'll also coat the last couple lashes on my bottom row here, but not too much. I'm just going to take my finger to kind of remove most of that. It's just going to tint them and exaggerate them the perfect amount. Now I'm wiping off the Rare Beauty. And there we have it. It just brings a little bit more attention to my lips. It kind of evens out the edges of my lips as well. Just adds a little bit of color, and this is going to last all day. And the last thing I like to do is add a little bit of lip balm. I'm just going to be using my Belif Aqua Balm Overnight Lip Mask. You can use a gloss or tinted lip balm, whatever you want. Have fun with it. And here is the finished no makeup look. I feel like I look very similar to how I started this video, just more hydrated and enhanced, which is the ultimate goal for a no makeup look. I think this one is so nice and easy to achieve. There's minimal steps. It's perfect for every day or those days that you have limited time. And it's also a fun one to alter if you want to change a few things up. Maybe you want to add some faux freckles. Maybe you don't like the blush color. Maybe you don't like the lip contour situation. It's really easy and fun to just experiment with. But yeah, I think that's all I want to say. So that is all for me today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I will have every product I used listed and linked in the description, so feel free to check that out, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!